So for anyone who was watching, maybe they didn't see the inauguration, part of President Donald Trump's speech today, his exact quote was, "As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female." What kind of response are you getting after the president said that today during his speech?
I mean, my initial gut response is that that was, definite signaling to his base, and it's a continuance of the anti-LGBT hateful rhetoric and anti-transphobic and the transphobic rhetoric that we've been hearing from, this administration, both currently and in his previous administration. Um, that said, what does that really mean? It being official policy, there are a lot of steps that need to be taken that are more specific than just saying that it's an official policy. We have X markers on passports now. Real ID is implemented, so the gender on your birth certificate and your driver's license and your federal ID documents all match. So, ultimately, this isn't something that, as of today, your passport is invalidated. And we have to keep that in mind. It is profoundly disturbing that anyone would use an aspect of somebody's identity to make others feel more comfortable and to villainize them. And that's exactly what he's doing here.
Now, we do know that the Biden administration had recognized more than two genders in its policy actions. And you mentioned that it's going to take a lot more than him just saying this in a speech. What do you say to people who are fearful right now? You and I know that it's going to take more than just saying it, but what do you say to those people who have anxiety about what this means for them?
Yeah, I mean, there are things that, we really do need to be concerned about. And I think on an issue by issue basis, we are fighting against these changes, not just advocacy organizations, but not just local and state or advocacy organizations, but national advocacy organizations. We have, individuals who are going to be fighting this. We have, you know, various state elected officials who are going to be fighting for those protections for their people. And while I can't say don't be anxious, don't be worried, and I'd love to, I can say don't panic, because every step of the way we are going to be fighting them on this. And we are going to be fighting to make sure that all members of our community are embraced, accepted, and safe.
Now, I heard you there saying that you all are going to make sure that you continue fighting for this. Can you talk about how this statement, this stance, this potential policy moving forward from President Donald Trump and his administration, how much harder is this going to make your work? How is this going to impact your work? Give people an idea.
It makes things incredibly difficult. It makes we have a lot of protections in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, but what we saw is there is a real impact of the disinformation campaigns and of the fear mongering around particularly the trans community. But it's not just, the trans community that we have to look out for, because our community encompasses a lot of different people and types of people that are going to be impacted by this administration's agenda. Particularly we have to worry about, our immigrants. That is a big concern. Some of the racial justice initiatives that he's taking, it's going to be a fight. And I make no bones about that. It's going to be incredibly difficult. And as many protections as we have in the state, we need to make sure that we shore everything up as protections are rolled back at the federal level. But we've been through fights before. We will go through them again. And eventually, as we have in the past, we will emerge victorious.
Is there anything you think is important for viewers to know that I did not ask you specifically?
The biggest thing that I want to say is for those who are in the community, know that we have your back. Know that you can call or email for help anytime, and we will do what we can to connect you with the right resources or do what we can on our end to protect you. The second thing I want to say is to those people who have questions about our communities or have concerns, do not be afraid to reach out to us as well, because a big part of our mission is educating folks on our community and making sure that everyone understands our community and that people have a place to come and ask questions. We are here for our community. We are here to make the Commonwealth a better, safer place for everyone who lives here.